Welcome to Pagan Crafting. I'm your host, Kara. Today we're going to look at bone painting. I'm going to help you make your own set. We're going to go through the meanings of my bones. Maybe this will inspire you for your bone set or add to your current set. We're also going to do a reading at the end of this video to help give you an idea how to lay down and rock it all together. Stick with me today and let us do some ancient pagan crafting. So the supplies that you're going to need for this are bones of any kind, any size, any shape that you like. I'm using these 9 bones here. These are turkey bones. And these ones I'm going to paint with the red stripes on them so I can help differentiate, because there's 2 of the same of everything. So that's what inspired me to paint the red lines on here. So what I have designed here is how I feel that the stripes would make me feel when I look at them to help remember. The stress and anxiety worries are thin, they're stretched out. It'll help me remember. These are the other things that are in my set that we're going to go through later, and I'll rock the meanings for those as well. And like I said in my introduction, we're going to go through a reading afterwards. You want to use some nice fine tip brushes for this so you can control the paint. I'm going to use a deep burgundy, a deep dark cherry red. I was pondering red and black as well, but you can use any colors that you like, or you can use a combination of colors. Because I'm extremely symmetrical, I'm going to sketch them on with pencil first. And as I'm sketching, I am putting also intent. So while I'm going to be painting as well, I'm putting intent of what each individual bone means to me. This is going to be so much easier. I've had this set cured and done and rocked for a few years now, and I haven't done anything with it, sadly enough. So I just brought them out and I'm like, that's it. I want to use them. And there are 2 of everything. What can I do? So I thought of the stripes. So I thought that would look really cool, actually, and help me being an artist witch. It'll help me remember which one is which. Working on the wing bones here. I love those ones. I was going to sketch around the 2 tips of the wishbone, but I wound up doing the top because I thought, I guess it depends on which way it's going to land, of course. So I thought I'd just paint the top, or else it's going to mean the same. So going ahead with a nice fine brush right now. I'm using a longer, finer brush because I have more control than a stubby little brush. I think this color is just perfect. It gives kind of like a ox blood, red vibe, blood feel, if you will. I used to have a pair of Doc Martens that were oxblood red with a Zac color red. Oh, so good. I guess that's why I'm a little more particular to this color. It's probably my old Doc Martens. Now here I have it to show you how slow I'm going to really just take your time and do not that you wouldn't do a good job, but just really take your time, and if you make a mistake, you can just wipe it off as quick as you can That's the magic of acrylic paint, but once it is locked in, it'll be locked in quite nice. You can use crafters acrylic, dollar store acrylic. You can buy tube paint, $20 to $80 a tube paint craft acrylic. You can go as cheap or as expensive as you want. Bone will take paint quite well. It's not going to take watercolor paint. You will have to do an acrylic base. Now, one thing I did not do here for the video, which I'm going to do come this springtime, right now it's pretty cold outside, we got a lot of snow, is that I would like to clear coat these. So I'm going to spray clear coat these, and that will help not only lock in my paint, but it's also going to harden the bone too. You could use a varathane coating as well, which even harden the bones too. Because these are bird bone, they are a little bit more fragile than an animal bone. I would love to own a very large animal bone set, but I'm sourcing these out through what I can through farmyards, bone piles, my own. So right now I'm sourcing my own, which I'm using a giant turkey bones from a big feast we had one year. So that's what I'm going to be using. It's what I could use. So use what is ever easiest for you to source out. So you don't have to go out and buy a whole bunch of expensive bones off Etsy or Amazon or something. So how I prepared my bones, I didn't need to like boil them all off and bake them afterwards and scrape them and sand them. Oh man, I got the easiest way for you. After your, let's just use a turkey. So after you've cooked your turkey, leave your bones to the side. Clean them off the best that you can. Pull off as much as meat as you can, and also all the cartilage. And you're just going to grab a glass jar. You're going to use 2 parts peroxide, 1 part water. Throw your bones in there. Leave it in there for, man, even a couple weeks will do, not even. And everything is going to turn white. Even the meat on the bones that is left is going to turn white. Take an old toothbrush, scrape it off, and you dry it. Presto, it's done. They are cleaned. It looks like they're bleached and they're whitened and everything. These are actually quite yellow. It's one of my first ones that I did. So I could have left them in a little bit longer. I was pretty excited, so I didn't leave them in as long. But you can, and it'll come out, look like it's bleached white without using bleach, without using harmful chemicals, without having to boil and bake and go through all this tedious process. I'm telling you, peroxide and water is that's all you have to do. All you need to go. Now with these almost done, this is my self bone. So this is going to be the most elaborate bone I am working with, because this is the one that it's everything around this bone is what's going to rock the meeting. I just have to do a little touch up on that other bone. It actually slid off twice. And I had to do little touch ups there. But everything around the self bone and everything in proximity to it is going to be what is relevant to the meaning of the reading. I'm excited, almost done here, and it didn't take very long at all for this to dry. I would highly suggest to clear coat them when you're done, because you're going to throw them so they're going to bang on each other, so you don't want them to chip at all too. So, but I just haven't done this for the video. Again, like I said, I'm going to wait till springtime. So just missing this step right now. I think it looks all pretty cool. I'll let those dry and then we can set them out and we'll go through the ideas for you. The first one is the self bone. Usually it's the largest bone, which I don't have in this case, so I decided to differentiate between its own markings that are larger and thicker than the rest. This is a person asking the question. This is yourself, and everything in close to it to this bone will be relevant. The next one is transformation and change. The next one here is career and work. Stress and anxiety, worries are stretched thin is this one here. Health and physical and mental health. Half a wishbone is past influence on the question. Fears or a dark place. Notice it has covered more area. Flight, dreams, goals, or reaching towards something. The wishbone, good luck, wishes. Now this was really cool. I picked the spirit bear, happy that it was white. I love bears. He's made out of bone. He's got a cute little bum. And I named this one Spirit Guides. Telling my daughter about this set, she's like, isn't one of your spirit guides a grizzly bear, Mom? And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so cool how everything comes together. The triangle is going to be for teaching lessons and learning. For the 3 sides, the circle is going to be all forms of relationships or the wheel of life. The square here is going to represent seeing outside the box or seeing things in a different light. The tooth is going to be something that has been around for a while, something that is influencing it in that sense. I have a piece of Palo Santo that I was carving for someone for a feather, and I want to go with a different carving for them. So I had this and I kept it and I loved it and I never burnt it. So I thought this would be perfect for my set. This represents spiritual influence. Now, the wood skull here, the brown skull represents my ancestors' influence. The white hallowite skull is my subconscious influence. The metal skull is my conscious influence on the question. Now, speaking of metals, we've covered bone, wood, and the metal. The key is for doors opening and new opportunities. This antique rusted old nail I got at a witch's market is so cool. It's for bad energy, hexes, curses, and and also your negative self too. So careful with your negative talk. This rare 50-cent Canadian piece represents finances. And that is my set. Super glad to share this with you, and I had a blast fine-tuning it with you actually. Throw me down in the comments what you do with your bone set, maybe what you combined with your set, such as I have with the metals and the wood. I decided to go with the stripes, so it helps me figure out which one is which, for heaven's sake. So that is cool that way. Now I'm going to do a little bone reading for you. I'm going to do one for myself here. So we're going to lay down just the bones here, throw them down. And now I'm going to shake out the rest of the pieces in the set. Not looking, see what I have, see where they lay. I'm going to look for groups. So this is my self bone. I casted a reading for myself. The transformation bone is right into the wishbone. The wishbone is touching me. It's pointed upright. I feel like I'm going to be getting my wish. We have things like good luck, and with the wishbone, as well as something that's been around for a while. So this wish may stick around. This is amazing that we also have transformation and change pointing right into the wish. I bonk this, but this spiritual piece here, the Palo Santo, the spiritual influence is actually crossing the hex, the evilness. Now I did have another channel, which I did get hexed upon, which is interesting. My spirit guide's off on the meanders off the path here, so it's just sitting here on the mat. That's the only one that actually came off. Everything else stayed the same. Now we do have anxiety, worries, and stress poking right into my side, right into the middle here. But right here, I don't know what's this one. This is past influence here poking into me, sorry. past influence poking into me. This is my anxiety and stress crossing it. We also have a little side influence here too of my work and career. It's funny because this is actually I feel this reading has to do with my channel. Now we have right here some goals, dreams, reaching towards. Now what is crossing that is my career and work is crossing goals and dreams. So it's touching there. I like that. This is quite far away. My mental health, I don't really feel an influence, nothing else around. We do have seen outside the box from my physical and mental health. I got to see things in a little different light here to push through. Now my fears are also crossed here by lessons. So that's what fears are, lessons. They are experiences. Way over here we have all forms of relationships. Our wheel of life is by itself, so I'm just going to leave that here. I'm taking this as one grouping here, another grouping here, another one here. Now we have my white skull, the subconscious influence. My conscious influence, the metal skull, is way off meander on its own. So that means, and I've been really wanting to do a vision board. I feel like I need to have everything in front of me and seeing everything. So I really feel like I need to get that done. I need to have it in front of my eyes. Every time I walk down the stairs, I have a place that I want to put my vision board. Now my ancestors' influence, the brown skulls, are by the keys of opening doors. Keys of opening doors to my finances. My ancestors have got my back here. My spirit guides are taking a little time out here, a little moment. But I'm feeling, I like this, what's happening here. Wishes are coming true. And the wishes that I'm wishing for and hoping for right now, it's telling me that it's going to be around a while. This change and transformation that is forcing the wishbone into me here. This is me here. This is a great reading. Now this is a reading I did for myself. If you like, I think I need to do a Patreon. I would love to do bone readings for people. This is so much fun. This is just one fun example that you could do. Any one of these items could mean something different for you. I found these pieces at, this was actually at a bead store. And this is bone. This is for sure bone. It's carved. Each one was a little bit differently. They're gorgeous. And I thought it would just be perfect. So I added them to my bone collection here. Thanks for hanging out with me today. As always, it is an honor and a pleasure chilling out with you. I would love to hear in the comments down below some of the meanings or what you use for your bones. Right now, this is what I can source. I'm using giant turkey bones. And that suits me just fine. It works great for me and my needs. Throw me down a like if you like this video. Subscribe if you'd like to see some more bone casting videos. I have a bone throwing 101 coming up here soon. A little how to clean your bones, how to prepare them, how to cleanse them, and we learned how to paint them today. So stay with me, subscribe, and I shall see you on the next video. Have yourself a magical day.